Mounjaro Monday! Yay! This is my week number 27 taking Mounjaro. I have type 2 diabetes and I've been on Mounjaro for 27 weeks, and I am going to be sharing with you any weight loss that I've had, side effects, and something new that I've been researching for a long time now that I am going to be trying this week that hopefully will help me with my weight loss. And I am going to give you any new side effects, experiences of how it feels to try this, and hopefully it'll make a difference and will get my weight loss moving a little bit quicker. And if anyone else was thinking about trying this, that I can be your sister from another mister and be able to share what my experience with this new thing is. Uh, Welcome to Anchor Moments. If this is your first time watching, let me know that in the chat. I am live and I'll answer any questions that you may have to the best of my ability. I'm not a doctor, but I am your sister from another mister that's on a weight loss journey with you. And I have a lot of friends that are members now of Anchor Moments, which is free. You just hit subscribe and it's all free. And some of my subscribers are on Zepbound or Tirzepatide. Some are doing Ozempic. Some people just have type 2 diabetes, are kind of interested in the possibility of maybe trying Mounjaro. I know I've had type 2 diabetes for a few years now, and this is the first medication I've taken other than metformin for type 2 diabetes. And I did a lot of research, watching a lot of YouTubers that were doing it before I decided to finally give it a try. And I will tell you, I really do like it. And today I'm going to give my shot live, and then I'm going to share with you the new thing I'm going to do that's made me a little bit nervous, especially reading all the side effects and things that you can have with it. So I'm like, but I'm going to share those things with you today as well. And I'm going to try to remember to be sure to give myself my shot live, because I forgot to do that last week. I shared so many things about being excited about trying a new motivation ritual and how that can help with emotional eating. And it was actually, I was a little bit successful with it, but funny thing, when I practiced my motivation ritual, which for me, and I got this idea from I have an Atomic Habits book club, and we meet on Sundays at 1:00 specific time, which is Arizona time currently, and 3:00 Central, 4:00 Eastern, and 9:00 for my friends in the UK. And we learned about in chapter 10 about having a motivation ritual, that if you are to do something and you combine it with something, you do something relaxing, combine it with something that you truly love, then later, if you are stressed or you feel like you're going to want to do some emotional eating, even though you're not hungry, or for me, I had some fear this week. I went to Las Vegas, had a blast with my family. We're celebrating my parents' 40th wedding anniversary, my mom and my stepdad, who I love dearly. And we were also celebrating Jeff retiring and his retirement. And my daughter had a new baby. And so we're new grandparents and great grandparents. So we're doing a lot of celebrating with my family flying into town, and then some of us flying to Vegas together. And I had a lot of turbulence on the airplane. It was very, very scary. The plane was rocking, and we were really kind of rumbling. And I'm usually not a fearful flyer, but I tell you what, that was a little scary. And I pulled out my motivation ritual, and it worked. For me, my motivational ritual is to blow bubbles and pretend that I'm blowing bubbles by the ocean. I love blowing bubbles and it's very relaxing for me. And so that's my fun thing. And the relaxing thing to do with it is to take 3 deep breaths and then smile and then blow some bubbles, 3 deep breaths, and then smile. And it really worked because I did not have my bubbles with me on the plane because, it's a lot of liquid and they don't let you go through security with bubbles. But when I was on that plane, I closed my eyes and I pictured being able to blow my bubbles on the beach. And I took 3 deep breaths and I smiled and then I prayed a little bit and then I'd take 3 deep breaths and then I'd smile and I'd pray a little more. And it worked. It really did help make my heart stop racing. And it was turbulent it was only a 1 hour flight from Arizona to Vegas, but it did really help. And so if any of you watched the Mounjaro Monday live last week, week 26, and did your own ritual and used it this week, let me know in the chats. And if you've had any wins this week or this month, please put those in the chat too, and I will share them during this live. But anyway, for me, it was a big win that we did this. And I was thinking it was going to help me with emotional eating, but boy, I really needed to pull it out of my pocket for being scared during the turbulence on the plane. And it really did the trick for me. Hey, it looks like we got Taz the Bulldog's mom in the house. Yay! And Mindy too. Awesome. So anyone that's here, go ahead and start typing away in the chat. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. And I will be sharing with you in a minute or two here the new thing that I'm going to try this week along with my Mounjaro that might possibly help my weight loss to go a little bit faster. There was a study done, a small study of people who were taking Ozempic and semaglutide. So they might be taking Wegovy too, which is also semaglutide. And when they were taking women who were taking semaglutide and were also taking HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, when they took it together, they lost more weight than just being on semaglutide alone. Well, I am going through menopause. I have recently had a hysterectomy where I also had my ovaries removed as well as my uterus and my cervix. I had some iffy, I had precancerous cells, and so my stuff needed to leave. And so once that was taken out, my hot flashes got really bad. And so I've been having that, and I've been having some brain fog and different things. So I have been researching big time, doing some hormone replacement therapy. And you can't just take it. Your doctor will run a bunch of tests on you first before they give you hormone replacement therapy, because there are some wonderful things that you get when you're on it, but there also are some scary things that you could get. So they had to check and make sure that I didn't have blood clots. So I had to do some tests on blood clots. Did discover that some weird sensations that I've been having in my legs, where my legs feel like when I was a kid in the Midwest and we would play in the snow and then come into the house and take off our mittens, our fingers would burn and be cold at the same time. And my legs would burn and be cold at the same time when coming into the house. So if anyone has had that experience of coming in from being outside in the cold for a long time and then coming inside and you have that burning, cooling sensation, well, that's the sensation I've been having in my thighs for quite a while now. And I finally got those checked and my veins checked. And sure enough, I guess I have chronic venous insufficiency. which I think is kind of like varicose veins. I don't have the big puffy varicose veins that you can see on the outside of my legs, right up against my skin, but I've got a lot of spider veins and evidently I may have some varicose veins deeper inside my legs, but I don't have any blood clots. And so that's a good thing. And in the future here, I'll be doing some things with the vein doctor to help take care of the burning sensation in my veins. But at least I found out what was causing that. Another thing your doctor has to check before you can have HRT, hormone replacement therapy, they have to check that your liver is okay and your kidneys are okay. And so they do like blood work on you. And so there's some things that they have to make sure that you're okay. And then they talk about family history. Is there breast cancer in your family history? Some of those kind of things before you can try HRT. Well, I passed everything, and so I'm going to be trying this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be putting on. I'm getting an estradiol. I think that's how you pronounce it. Patch that I'm going to put on twice weekly. So 2 patches a week. And I've been another YouTuber that is a doctor, a urologist, who does a lot with women in menopause. She is a big proponent of testosterone, just a teeny bit, and that can help with a lot of different things, including your hot flashes, and so I'm going to have a little bit of testosterone too with my estradiol, and that's what I'm going to be trying. I'm going to figure it all out. If I get really horrible side effects, I will let you guys know and I will quit. Because there's no one putting a gun to my head saying I have to do this. So if it's really awful, then I'll quit. But I want to give it a shot because I do have quite a few different menopause symptoms that this may be helpful for. And I'm going to be very curious if Mounjaro is similar to semaglutide in that with taking a little bit of low dose HRT, if there's a possibility that it'll help me to lose weight quicker with my Mounjaro, which would be great because so far I've been kind of a slow loser. I was doing really well to my hysterectomy, and then that kind of blew things up because I couldn't do as much exercise as I wanted because I needed to heal from surgery. And there was that don't lift anything more than 10 pounds and don't do any core exercises and all kinds of restrictions that come with the hysterectomy. But all my restrictions are lifted, which is great. And when I gave my talk last week, I had lost another pound, and last week, I was down 23 pounds in 26 weeks. Well, I did go to Vegas and we had a wonderful time. My parents spoiled us rotten and took us out to really fantastic restaurants. And I have decided for myself that if I am on vacation, I'm going to let myself enjoy my vacation. However, when I'm back home from vacation, the very next day, I'm going to go right back on track and do all the things that I need to do. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, want to swimming?
Hey, we did go swimming this morning. And yeah, I'd go swimming with you again tonight. I got to give myself my shot first.
Oh, so say goodbye.
Yeah.
Let's go swimming.
So Jeff and I are really trying to work hard to make sure we're getting our exercise in. I found my dumbbells that I had hiding in the other room.
You found your dumbbell?
Yeah. And I'm going to start lifting again at least twice a week. Probably 3 times a week would probably be really good. But I'm going to promise you guys I'm going to be lifting twice a week, at least 2 times a week. And so getting that in. And getting right back on track. My history and Jeff's history too is when we go on vacation, we gain weight and we come back and we've had so much fun eating whatever we want and really fabulous extra high calorie things. And then we don't want to stop. And so we think, oh, we'll start our diet next week. And then that week comes, and then it's like, well, maybe next month we'll jump on the bandwagon again. And then before you know it, we've gained all the weight back that we had lost before we went on vacation. And we're not going to do that this time. Actually, this is a new record for me. I've had my mom with me for about a week because we spent together in Vegas and here in Arizona, and playing with the new grandbaby and just having a marvelous time. And we ate out quite a bit. But in 1 week's time, I only gained 1 pound. And for me, that's giant because I have been known to gain at least 5 or more pounds in a week when my mom comes to visit.
I'm afraid to step on the scale.
Yeah.
I'll probably step on the scale Wednesday.
There you go. There you go.
I'll be good. I'll be good till Wednesday.
But yeah. And so my parents are flying back to Illinois tomorrow morning. So tomorrow, starting with breakfast, we are going to be back on track, doing all of the things. And tomorrow, I'm going to figure out how to give myself 1/10, because they don't have testosterone gel set for women. And for guys, if they're low on testosterone, they're to take 1 packet a day of gel and rub it on. But for a woman, you're to have 1/10 of this. So 1 packet's to last me 10 days. And it's really little, Jeff.
How are you going to figure that out?
I don't know. If anyone has done this and you'd like to put in the chat how you do it, please let me know. This has 5 grams in it.
There's a half a gram.
And so it's a half a gram a day. I was almost wondering, Jeff, if I could get like a pill pack, and maybe we can figure out how to weigh and figure out to make sure that it maybe squirt a little bit in 10 little boxes and then close the lid. And then I would just put my finger in and then I would know it's a 10th. I don't know. I've got to figure this out. But this cute little gel pack is 5 grams, and I get a half a gram of this gel a day. And it's not very expensive either, which was kind of nice.
Your new nickname from the baby.
What?
Half a gram.
Half a gram.
Yeah, kind of like grandma.
Like grandma, half a gram. Yes, so I'll be doing half a gram of this. And then I will be putting on an estradiol patch. And then
that'll be easy to figure out.
Yeah, this one's easy. And this one is made for women. And it's a low dose. There's 1 dose that's smaller than this. So this is the second to the lowest dose. It's 0.0375. Well, it says milligrams/day. I don't know. That's what the little box looks like. So anyway, I'll be putting my patch on tomorrow. I'll have maybe Jeff do a little video of me trying to figure this out tomorrow, because I've been reading through and oh my gosh, there's so many things you have to be worried about. So I want to make sure I do it right. And I know I have to wash my hands really good afterwards. I have to put it in a spot that, and then put my clothes on that I don't touch anybody so they don't get the testosterone rubbed off on them. So there's a whole bunch of things to be worried about that I have to do correctly. But I'm going to give it but we'll figure it out. And I will let you know next week. So if you guys have more questions about that, I'll let you know next week how it went. But I'm curious. And it's kind of nice. I have 2 5 milligram shots left. So I'm not going to be changing my dose of Mounjaro while I'm starting something new with this HRT. But I have 2 of these shots today and next Mondays. And then after that, I'm titrating up to 7.5, because in the last 8 weeks, I had 8 weeks where I lost a 1/4 pound. That's like really bad. And then I lost 1 pound last week, which I gained it back in Vegas, but I'll be working hard on taking that off and more.
Maybe kids, don't forget to take your shot this time.
Yeah, I know.
Don't let her forget to take her shot.
I usually like to do my shot live, and I forgot. You know what?
I mean, you usually take it. But...
Yeah, here, I'll do it right now, Jeff, because I did forget last week. As soon as we turned the camera off, I was like, oh, dang it, I didn't take my shot. But I'm going to take my shot right now. I took it 4 weeks in a row in my stomach because I had heard from Fit Flavor Fun for her, it gave her more appetite suppression. And the first 3 weeks I didn't notice a difference, but the fourth week I kind of felt like maybe I did have a little bit better appetite suppression. So I don't know. I'm going to try my stomach again this week. Let me step back here.
Are you going to sit? Okay.
I'll just stand.
Right.
So here we go. It's always good to take your shot out of the refrigerator for at least an hour, so that way it gets to room temperature, and then you really can't feel it. It doesn't hurt.
Don't forget to take the thing off.
Yes, you take the gray cap off first. If you do not take the gray cap off first, you will ruin your shot. Oh, here we go.
And then you turn the whole thing on.
Yep, I gotta turn it to unlock.
Okay.
So it's on unlock right now, and the gray cap's off. I think I'm gonna do it.
Does it hurt?
Way over here. I don't usually do it this far.
Does it hurt?
No.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm going to push it, and then I've got to hold it until we hear a second click. There you go. I couldn't feel it at all. Not even a tiny bit. Hey, but I got a little dot. I always love when I do get a dot because it helps reassure me that it really went in. But I absolutely could not feel that. Not even the tiniest little tickle. But when you see
between the nerve endings.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the needle's so small.
But if you get it truly just in your fat and it's not cold, you can't feel it. You can't feel it. It's the easiest thing. It's easy peasy. And hopefully I'll say the same thing when I figure out how to put on my testosterone and my estrogen patch. And we'll see how that goes.
Glad you took your shot.
Thank you. All right, do you have anything to share about this week or any advice or tips for?
I don't know anything.
Okay. Well, I'll do another video tomorrow once I figure out how I'm going to do this. I can't tell you timing or anything, but I'll throw it on there. I may go live for that too, so we'll see. All right. Love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
Okay. Oh, and then I have one other thing new for you guys that I found at Costco, a Costco find that was delicious. And then I'm going to read the comments in the chat. This, you know how I've mentioned before in previous videos, I really like the Alani protein drink that comes in a little container like this at Costco. And the flavor is Munchies. And when I make coffee now, I'll put about a third of my cup, the protein drink, and then 2/3 coffee. Oh my gosh, it just makes it so creamy and luscious. And then I put the rest of it in the fridge, and then I'll pull it out and pour it over ice later in the day and drink it. And it reminds me of Bailey's Irish cream over ice. After it's kind of melted a little bit through the ice, it kind of reminds me of that, which is one of my favorite drinks. If I were to drink alcohol, that's one of my favorites. Which, by the way, I don't drink that often. And that's one of the side effects of Mounjaro. A lot of people, they lose their craving for alcohol, which is kind of interesting. And I don't drink that often. Usually when I drink, it's when I'm with my parents and they've taken us out to a nice restaurant, and it's kind of fun to have a cocktail with them. But anyway, there's a new flavor of Alani protein drink that's at Costco, and it is the cookies and cream. And I tell you what, it's got 30 grams of protein instead of 20 grams of protein. And that additional 10 grams is only an additional 20 calories. So instead of 140 calories for the bottle, it's 160. But you get 10 extra grams, you get 30 grams of protein. And you know what? It really does taste like having cookies and cream ice cream when it's a little melty. It's kind of like a melty cookies and cream ice cream. And so I really like this over ice. I didn't try it in my coffee yet. We were running out to see my parents, and I went swimming this morning and stuff, and I didn't have enough time to make coffee, but I'm going to try it in my coffee tomorrow. But I tell you what, over ice, super delicious. All right. That is everything I have for you guys. And now I'm going to read your questions and answer any questions that you had. And if you've had a win this week or this month of July, let me know and we'll share it and celebrate you. And I'm looking like this because I'm looking for my glasses and I don't have them. Let's see if I can if I can squint and read here. Taz the Bulldog's mom says, good evening. I thought I missed it. Yay. No, this is our new time. Mounjaro Mondays, I did a poll in the community post. So if you go to Anchor Moments YouTube channel and go to the front of the channel where you see all the playlists and all the things, towards the top where you can click playlists, you can also click community. And if you click community, you can see community posts. And sometimes I put polls in there about what's the best time for you to, that you would like for me to do these videos. And 6 o'clock Pacific time, which right now is the same as Arizona, is 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, and wait, is that right? 6 o'clock, yeah, 6 o'clock Arizona time, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, and it'd be 2 in the morning for my UK friends. But that's what we're doing on Mondays. So that way you'll know when to expect me. And I can have a regular scheduled time now that Jeff is retired and I don't have to wait for him to come home to do my thumbnails, which is pretty nice. Okay, and Mindy says, hi there, almost forgot it's Mounjaro Monday. And Mindy says, my mom has CVI and had 2 repaired. Oh, chronic vein. See, I didn't even have to remember that CVI is chronic vein insufficiencies. Okay, and she had 2 repaired. Just found out she needs 1 more done. Pretty painless procedure with pretty short recovery. Oh, good, because I do need to have some done. And the vein doctor told me my right leg's even worse than my left leg, but I have a lot of issues with those veins that I need taken care of. But he said it'll make that burning sensation go away, which would be great. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, I might get kicked out of monsoons. I might get kicked out. Monsoons have hit hard in Arizona. You know, that is a possibility. Boy, it was really lightning last night. But yeah, we're having a lot of, this is our monsoon season time. And Taz the Bulldog's mom lives in Arizona just like me. And she says, my win is a non-scale. I dropped a few sizes in clothes. Wow. My shirts are laying flat on my tummy. I still have my tummy, but it's getting better. Oh, that's great. That's a wonderful win. Yay. That's awesome, Taz the Bulldog's mom. Does anybody else have any questions or any wins? And Mindy says, great, Taz's mom. Wait a minute to see if anyone else has a win that we can share. Because I see there's quite a few people on the live right now. And it could be a non-scale victory. It could be, or it could be a scaled victory. You know, did anybody lose any weight this week? Or did anybody try making a ritual, a motivation ritual? One way to do it that James Clear says in Atomic Habits is if you have an animal, you know, a dog or a cat, to pet them. And while you're petting them, breathe in deeply 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and smile. And then if you need to de-stress at some point and you don't have your animal with you, you can close your eyes and you can take your 3 deep breaths and smile, and you'll get that same peaceful feeling that you get when you're petting your loved one, your dog or cat or horse or whatever pet you might have. Or you can be like me. I'm petless at the moment because Jeff and I want to do some traveling. So we're not good now that we're empty nesters. We're empty with pets too for a while, and we'll get a pet in the future. But right now, keeping it empty. But bubbles do it for me. And so I love blowing bubbles. And you know, if you're stressed, bubbles always work because you have to take deep breaths to make bubbles. And it's hard not to smile when you see bubbles floating all over. Oh, anyway, let's see. I got a couple more. Let's see. Taz the Bulldog's mom says, thank you. I thought at 56, it would be much harder. I'm thankful for Zepbound and this amazing group. Yay! And we're glad you're part of this amazing group. And that's very inspiring because I need all the inspiration I can get. And boy, it's so exciting to be able to wear smaller size clothes. It just feels so good. And Mindy says, it's not quite a ritual, but when I'm running and struggling, I picture my little grandson waiting for me at the top of the hill. Oh, that is so sweet. And you know what? I bet it makes you smile. I bet that makes you smile. That is great. Hey, we got Pam in the house. And Pam says, I'm at about 48 pounds lost. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Starting the second week of February. Wow, Pam, that is awesome. I started January 10th and I'm down. Well, I used to be able to say 23 pounds, but this week I really did gain a pound in Vegas. So I'm down 22 pounds. But hopefully things are going to go a lot quicker now that I'm recovered from my hysterectomy. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, that's awesome. Yay. Does anybody else have a win to share before we go? Waiting to see if there's any typing. Well, anyway, I want to thank everyone who's been here on this anchor moment, Mounjaro, Zepbound, or weight loss on your own journey. Jeff's been trying really hard to lose weight again, and he doesn't take medication for it. He just knows if he stops snacking in the evening and he adds some exercise, the weight just falls off the guy. So, and it makes it easier for me too, because I'm always on the seafood diet. And if I see food, I want it. And if he's not crunching and munching all night long, that helps me out too. So any of us here are together on a weight loss journey. And let's see, Taz the Bulldog sings, Pam's doing awesome. And Pam says, thank you, you're doing awesome also for Taz. Yeah. All right. I don't have a lot of comments in the comment section, so I'm going to let you guys go. I think it's over here. Tomorrow I'll have the our playlist for Mounjaro right here, where you can click it and you can see everything on that playlist. And YouTube thinks that over here, or maybe it's on this side. Here we go. On this side is a video on my Anchor Moments channel that YouTube thinks you'll probably really enjoy, because I have a lot of different playlists and a lot of fun things. So if you play around, you can see some really fun things that aren't even Mounjaro related that might be kind of fun for you, like cooking videos. And some people share the moments in their life that have anchored their faith, which started my channel 4 years ago. So anyway, take a look and have a wonderful, wonderful week. And then catch me later at some point tomorrow. I'll do a live as I try to figure out how to put this stuff on. But anyway, have a great week. Love you guys. Mwah.